again. Y'all ready for this? Don't, 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 don't. You remember that song from the 80s? Or was it 90s? That thing was in the 90s. I've been advertising snow for quite some time for this year and this winter. And here we are. I think most everybody has seen the local updates from your local TV meteorologist and the others. Um, I don't know. I hadn't seen the National Weather Service post yet. Um, there, Gentry. Yep, that's him. Anyhow, um, it's set in stone, no doubt about it. We're still not quite yet in range of the high resolution short range models yet. We're starting to get there, and some of the totals are just mind boggling, um, which would, like in a regular rain event, you get the heavier rain bands with a frontal system or disturbance, a little short wave. Everything hinges as far as total amounts hinge on where those heavier bands set up at, and they could be anywheres. Um, there's no way to know for sure, but right now, I would say, and I've been saying, all of South Louisiana expect averages of 4 to 6 inches. You're going to have swaths of 6 to 8. Some areas probably see around a foot of snow. Yes, a foot. And this won't break the all-time record, but it probably is going to go to number 2 all-time on the record books. And this is something that hasn't been seen in generations. This is a 1 in 100, maybe 1 in 200 year event. And you know what's funny is, even a week out or 2 weeks out, models were hinting at this. And you know how the suits, especially certain ones down south of Baton Rouge that will remain nameless, that we're talking about, oh, Snowmageddon, all the hypesters are going crazy. And I stayed silent mostly until about a week out, and then I started seeing the suits come on board, um, with just a chance of snow. And those of you on my personal account, you see me talk a little bit about it then. So here we are. You know, they say, everybody says, yes, the chances are slim. Well, while that's true, you can't really discount something just because there's a slim chance. And you take all risks basically the same. You prepare the same way. And for people south of Baton Rouge, closer towards the coast, specifically for southeast Louisiana, down there, Plaquemines, Lafourche, Terrebonne parishes, um, how much sleet or freezing rain you get depends on how fast the super cold air pushes through and kills the warm air inversions. I'm gonna go. I haven't looked at any of the latest soundings yet. Um, I don't think any warm air inversions get this far north, which would essentially be more of a sleet, freezing rain event, since snow would fall from the upper levels and hit that warm air aloft, melt, and then once it got down to around 3 to 5,000 feet, would quickly refreeze again, and then come down as sleet, or freezing rain as soon as it hit the surface. So, um, while the snow is going to be a major factor, the more serious threat comes in following the event, and this will be the rule for all of South Louisiana. That includes all parishes, all towns, cities, villages, everybody. It will de- Everything is going to go downhill even further, because during the day, even areas that stay at or below freezing, you're still going to get some of that warmth from the sun that's going to melt some of this stuff just a little bit, and then it's going to quickly refreeze. And then you've got your layer of ice. And that's going to make matters even worse. This is going to be a paralyzing, crippling event. I said it yesterday. Prepare like we've got a Category 4 hurricane coming with impacts that will be felt across all of South Louisiana. Talking about a big monster hurricane, not just a little one like Camille. I'm talking big one, big, 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 big. With actual max sustained wind, eye wall type things affecting the entire region of South Louisiana. Prepare for something like that. My dog knows something's coming, so the neighbor's dog, and the cats are acting really weird outside too. Um, we're trying to rush the completion things to make sure these feral cats, well, they're semi-feral because they all come to me, but only about half of them will go to my neighbor who's been feeding them a lot longer than I have. Um, We're going to do our best to keep them as warm and safe as can be. So, um, if I can do it with little to no money to spare, other people can too. So, the 4 P's, very important. But I guarantee you, roads are going to be crippled, paralyzed, probably through Friday, and then only slowly start to improve as we head into the weekend. This is a this The story does not end after the snow ends. I think the bigger threat is going to come following the snow, mainly for the ice. Get vehicles out there on the roads trying to drive in this stuff. They pack that snow down, and it becomes ice. And then you know what happens next. So, um, prepare now for an extended duration event. Likely power outages, possibly widespread power outages. No way to know for sure until it actually starts to happen. Prepare for this is basically a worst case scenario. So prepare for that worst case scenario. I don't care what the suits tell you. they're still a day late and a dollar short and still 10 steps behind me. It is what it is. So, they give you this stuff instead of actually telling you to prepare for a possible worst case scenario. They play it down, water it down, and then all of a sudden, oh my God, the world's going to end. You know, that's how they get their ratings, especially clickbait. That's what the news media is good for, man. These guys, well, let's not bash them. They're pawns, they're puppets. They do as they're told by their station managers and media ownership conglomerates. Anyways, so let's see if we are in range of the 48-hour HRRR yet. 6 a.m. on Tuesday morning, we can at least see where we're at. So we're in range up to 6 a.m. Tuesday morning. You can see wintry mix and snow all across the region up to this point. We're well within the 3-kilometer NAM high resolution model. We'll take a look at that too, but this is going to give you an idea. What I will show you here is total precipitation. That's not even funny. One thing about convective allowing models, they really don't show or handle this stuff well. But at 6 a.m., this is projected accumulations of snowfall, or snow depth, I should say. And I think HRRR is struggling with this, basically just based off the future radar. Cold air is already going to be in place at the surface, so it's going to freeze. It's going to accumulate regardless from the get-go. So, and this is the 12Z 48-hour. We're not in range of the 18-hour HRRR yet, but let's switch over to what the high-resolution NAM is showing. And 6 a.m., it's already here in southeast Louisiana. We'll back this up here to Monday night, Tuesday morning, midnight. And you can see light stuff all around us, but you see the algorithm's picking up a few little spritz here and there of wintry mix. And again, just because you see the green on here, don't take that as God's truth that that's just rain or all rain. Some of it's going to be probably freezing rain, and that's a concern. If that actually happens, that would be the icing scenario, and I don't have icing on this product, only total snowfall, which if we go out in time, Tuesday, this will be 6 p.m. Tuesday, and it's already based almost completely out of here. But I guarantee you, this green stuff on the backside, this is all snow. No two ways about it. That's why I say when people look at future radar for snow, frozen precip, never take this as God's truth, because when you look at actual temperatures, what the temperatures are going to be, the algorithms are so far off, and why they really haven't worked on these over the years is beyond me. But take it as fact. That's all going to be frozen precipitation. And then you start looking at the snow depth. And again, this isn't, I don't even buy into this, okay? This is stupid. In no way, shape, or form. This is why these models and this data, I tell you to take it with a grain of salt. Oh, my lungs. I guarantee you this green, that's going to be 4 to 6 inches, probably more on the order of 6 to 8 inches. And in some areas, you're going to see much, much more. Um, Another thing I want to take a look at is temperatures. This is one thing that it is accurate on as far as depicting it. And you can see we're well below freezing at 6 p.m. So you remember I just showed you on the future radar all this green up in here across southeast Louisiana and Acadiana with these temperatures, especially temperatures aloft, that's all snow. So um, what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to go set you guys up over on and mods zone defense. We're going to go over to trusty pivotal weather. I'll switch you over there in just a second. Let me get it set up here. You can talk amongst yourselves. So we're going to go out to, let's go back to winter weather. Close that behind it there. So I hate this thing. There we go. Now you should see. So what I'll direct your attention to here is from down here around Kaplan, down here in Vermilion Parish, uh, up through southern Jeff Davis, that would be Lake Arthur, portions of southern Acadia Parish, um, through Lafayette area, seeing some darker shading of the lavender color, as somebody pointed out, of 7 inches plus. Baton Rouge, call it 6 inches. Same with Lake Charles. This is just the GFS, all right? As far as any freezing rain, it really hasn't been on board with a whole lot of freezing rain. Just one little area down here near the Houma area. And look, the GFS has struggled with any ice accumulation. I don't know what its thinking is, but suffice it to say, Some areas could see a little bit of ice. All right. Total freezing rain, total ice, same thing. And that's the GFS. That's basically an outlier. And we still don't have the, oh, we do have the 12Z euro, finally. They hadn't completely finished rolling in yet. We're going to go to total snowfall for the euro. Let's see what the latest euro has on tap. We'll switch it up to 23rd. Again, euro is a whole lot different than the GFS, but you do see these bands of 6, 7 inch colors in these pinks. A lot depends on where that low actually tracks, and the euro may be onto something there. But with that said, we've been seeing the numbers fluctuate, so even this close in time, take it with a grain of salt. 3 to 6 inches is going to be your common amounts across the region. Some places going to see a significantly higher. As far as total ice on the ground, Euro's not showing any ice. Freezing rain, not even showing any freezing rain either. So that Euro is basically showing uh, a full transition of snow. With no ice or freezing rain associated with the actual precipitation. Ice is going to come regardless after the event's over. That's a fact. It's not an uncertainty; it's a fact. Um, it is what it is in the winter weather world, especially for those of us who have lived through it too many times to count. We know what we're looking for. We know what to expect. All right. Now, as far as the NAM, again, this goes out to 6 a.m. Tuesday morning, and or 6 p.m. Tuesday morning, and you can see that we've got a swath or band from Baton Rouge southwestward. Uh, this will be down towards uh, Donaldsonville, Iberville, Lower West Baton Rouge Parish, Bruley, Addis, Plaquemine, Donaldsonville, and points westward over the Atchafalaya, showing 6 to 7 inch totals. And then another one through Chanchapahoe in the Livingston Parish, 6 inches, or 6 inches plus. And then look over here, Lake Charles. You're seeing a nice swath of 8 inch totals. So it's not out of the realm of possibility. As far as total freezing rain amounts, you can see, again, not except for the immediate coast, you don't get any much accumulations, if any, of ice or freezing rain with this part of the event. It's basically projecting, all the models basically projecting all snow. Excuse me, my lungs aren't cooperating today. So, what does the Canadian model say about it? Now, we've got the Canadian on board with this. Unfortunately, it doesn't show statewide view. We're going to go out in time here. It only goes to regional. So let's just take a look. And the Canadian is showing 5.7 inches for Baton Rouge, 6.8 inches for New Orleans, 5.6 or right at 6 for Slidell, nearly 7 inches for Lafayette, right at 6 inch or 7 inches for Lake Charles. Homa, 7.3. There's some 9 inch soundings in here as well. There's even 10 inch soundings around New Iberia. Oh, God. 9 to 10 inch totals around Beaumont, Orange. And the Canadians, they know snow. Let's see what it says for total ice now. Again, only down here in South Texas. As far as frozen rain totals, again, nada for Louisiana. It's all down here in South Texas. So any one of those scenarios could play out. Now, as far as the ensembles, let's go take a look at what the National Weather Service blend of models is saying. A little more on the conservative side, but it's basically putting the snow axis across central Louisiana, but still in lower amounts further south. Again, these are mean averages based on their ensembles. So it's not just one model run. They take a whole bunch of stuff and add it together with different scenarios, and it comes out with a mean average, just like the EPS and the GFS ensembles. So again, these are still significant numbers, even for New Orleans and Homa down there. I know some of you can't see too good. I can't either. My nose is right up to my computer. Again, any ice accumulations, this shows a whole different story. What they're thinking, basically everything south of I-10 along the Highway 90 corridor through southwest Louisiana and Acadiana up into Ascension, Livingston, the southern half of Tangi, and all of St. Tammany parishes, and all the way south through New Orleans down to the coast, getting at least, except for the bottom of the boot there, that everybody sees some ice with this event, which would signal freezing rain. Um, Freezing rain, it hits the ground, immediately freezes, that becomes ice. So again, these are potential ice accumulations as far as the National Weather Service ensembles go, or blend of models as they call it. So, and that's kind of been consistent throughout, the last week or so, once that models really started to pick up on this event happening. Um, what does the Euro ensembles have to say? Let's go take a look. So only for South Texas. Mean snow depth or total snowfall, 4 inches New Orleans, 4 inches Baton Rouge, pushing 5 in Lafayette, 5 in Lake Charles, 4.8, 4.0. Look, I got to tell you, these are probably going to be the most common numbers we see from this event, give or take an inch or two either side of these, but wherever the heavier precipitation banding sets up, you're going to see 2, 3, 4, 5 inches more than what you're seeing on these. So the thing with this is that it's really overachieving the models, this whole thing, and to be honest, I don't think the models are able to keep up with it. Um, Things are just starting to happen too fast, and the models are just like, What do I do next? And like the suits were in a state of confusion. The models are the same thing. What they are locked in on is that this event is gonna happen, no matter what. The only thing that would save to keep this event from happening is we had some sort of large atmospheric warming event. That's not going to happen. That would take divine intervention. But right now, the man is not happy with life on this planet. So, moral of the story, prepare for a significant, likely historical, generational winter weather event. Make sure you got plenty of clothes to bundle up in, layer up in. Absolutely do not get out on the roads. I'll tell you right now, you business owners, managers, if your people are not essential personnel, such as first responders, hospitals, and things where employees can stay overnight, extended, probably for 2 or 3 nights. All the other stuff, DoorDash, um, pizza delivery, all this other stuff, that is not essential. They're not going to let you get out on the roads. Anybody that goes out on the roads and are not essential, especially with the state of emergency in place, you're in trouble. Don't care if you got testosterone levels the size of Schwarzenegger or Stallone. Stay off the roads. Airboats, that's a different story. You airboat owners and drivers, get out there and have your fun. I want to see the videos like that. Just like we did in 2014. Those clowns in Lafayette, boy, them Cajuns over there, boy, they know. They know how to get it. So it's going to be funny to see how this plays out. And look, I'm here probably till the end of the year. I'd already planned to just shut it down completely at the end of the year, um, next December 31st at midnight because of my health. But the pages, they're done. Pages are dead. Subscriber groups, only the Southeast Louisiana subscribers group will remain. They've asked for it, and I'm going to keep that open. I'll keep the lights on there in that group. Outside of that, the page is dead. Like I said, I don't care about 80,000 followers and clicks and likes. I never worried about that. What it was about is getting critical information out to the masses. But Facebook has just become so toxic that without giving us the tools to deal with that effectively, well, Zuckerberg sitting back there making his gazillions of dollars, and paying peanuts to us guys. It wouldn't matter if they was paying me $1 million a year. I still wouldn't put up with it. I ignored it for all these years, put up with it, and you don't ever cuss me out on live stream, period. People ask me, what am I going to see in, let's say, Bruley, for instance, or Maurepas. Just pick any city you want. What's going to happen in that particular location? Are we going to see snow? When I'm sitting there repeating it over and over, everybody's going to see snow in South Louisiana. And it's like, do you know where you actually live at in this state? I don't know what people think South Louisiana is, but it's basically the Mississippi line straight across through Fort Polk to the border. That's South Louisiana. Central Louisiana, from Alexandria northward up to about here. I-20 corridor and up, that's North Louisiana. That's Yankee country up there. Central Louisiana, that's semi-Yankee country. Down here in Cajun country in South Louisiana, don't play with us. We don't play all that stuff. So, especially when the page says Southeast Louisiana, extreme weather, and I'm saying all of South Louisiana, I mean, it's like, remember the old I-95 A-hole song, old country song came back out years, decades ago? That just makes me want to scream that song out at some people. Some of you have heard it, I guarantee it. You country music folks, you know what I'm talking about. Now, I don't listen to country that much, but that one, where you born an A-hole, you know that song. So, enough with the ad lib. I don't know if it's going to let me scroll through and see all the comments because it only goes on Facebook. It only lets you see like 20 comments above the latest one. Hopefully my mods are doing what they're supposed to be doing. We're going to go back and look at some other stuff here on Weather Studio. You already know the cold air is coming. That's going to be the key. So I basically give you all the information you need. Oh, here we go. BJ. What about Point Coupee area? Point Coupee is South Louisiana. Average 4 to 6, possibly 8 to 10. Again, don't ask me about specific locations. When I tell you all of South Louisiana and give you the widespread averages, I've said it before on the page. Geographical situational awareness. My mic gain is turned way up. Anybody else have a problem hearing me? So let me go turn off live radar here. Let's zoom in here. Wednesday morning is going to be the absolute coldest of this event. Now the NAM, the high resolution NAM only goes to 6 p.m. on Tuesday, so we're going to go to the GFS real quick. And we'll go to 6 a.m. on the 22nd. These are going to be your projected temperatures, at least with the GFS. GFS has been pretty good on temperatures, though. I give it that. Actual temperatures, Lafayette, 8 degrees. Jennings, Hathaway, Welch, Lake Charles, DeRitter, Oakdale, Oberlin, Kinder, about 10 degrees. Ville Platte, Simsport. And it depends on where this super cold air pool sets up at, too, at the surface. But teens to single digits, actual air temperatures. Um, 13 in New Roads, Livonia. Magnolia, Macomb, around 13 degrees. See, all along the I-55 corridor, basically in the low teens. Gonzales, 15. Baker, Zachary, around 14. Up there at Pride, Baywood, around 13. Jackson, around 15 degrees. Woodville, get a little warmer as you go further north. That's crazy, isn't it? And this could actually be because of the higher snowpack that may be in place. New Orleans 29, Mandeville 18, Boogaloo 15, Tylertown, Columbia, Hattiesburg, Picayune, BSL folks. Let's slide over here. 18, Biloxi. And then we get down here, Piapa. Them Landry boys. Then you get down here, Lafitte, Jean Lafitte, Houma, Dulat, Morgan City. So there's an extremely, extremely dangerously cold pool of air at the surface in these areas. 11 degrees in Hackberry, Cameron, 18. Forked Island, 19. So yeah, it's gonna be nuts regardless. And I don't have wind chills on the NAM. Oh, actually I do. This is the GFS. I don't know why I was thinking NAM. Y'all really want to know what the wind chills are projected to be with this right here? Hold on to your hats, boys and girls. Oh. Let's zoom in here. Jennings, wind chill of 1 degree above zero. South Lake Charles, 5 degrees. A little bit warmer. Apparent wind chills. As if the wind backs off. If the winds continue, again, these are projected wind chills just from the GFS. Wind chill of 7 degrees in New Roads. St. Francisville, 9. Up there in Jackson. Centerville, Gloucester. Well, get over here. Woodville's around there. Simsport, Bunkie, Washington, Opelousas, Eunice. I'm just going and putting in numbers so you can see if you live close to one of these cities but it's not listed on here, and you should know what you live around, right? Bell Chase, needless to say, and you've seen this stuff on the TV stations. For those of you that watch it, for those of you that don't, I know there's a lot that don't even watch TV. I'm one of them. My TV, what it's used primarily for now, film my DVDs, but my Super Nintendo Mini. If you turn your device sideways, you get a better view because it goes to full screen. It becomes more clear. And for those of you that are going blind like I am and can't see 5 feet in front of you, turn your device sideways. So again, these are some really uh, crazy numbers we haven't seen in a long, 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 long time. Those again, those were potential wind chills. I'm gonna go ahead and clear it out. Uh, I'm basically done with what I gotta say. I like to keep these short and sweet. BJ, it's all right. No worries. Um, Mr. Bill, all right, buddy. The shrinkage weather is out the window. This is shrivelage weather. Um, guys, you know what I'm talking about. Oh God, I'm still tired. Anyhow, um, again, continue to monitor the suits and the good folks over at the National Weather Service offices for for your part of the state, whether it be Lake Charles or Slidell or Jackson or Shreveport. And those are the three National Weather Service offices, and Houston, Space City, um, and Mobile. Everybody should know which National Weather Service office covers their area. You got any other comments on here? Questions before I sign off for the afternoon here? Alrighty. Well, I don't see any more questions, comments, or anything like that that need to be dealt with. So, with that said, I'm gonna go let the puppy out once again, and I will be live streaming Emma's first ever snow event. She'll be 4 next month, and um, I would believe she's already going to be 4 years old. But this will be her first little snow event. She don't like going to the bathroom outside in the rain. This is going to be funny how she's probably going to react. If we get 8 inches of snow here in Baton Rouge, she's just going to probably look out the door, get ready to go do her business, and then freeze and like, what the hell is this? And she's either going to do one or two things. She's going to turn around and come right back in the door, or she's going to tiptoe out there and whatever happens next is guaranteed to be, it's going to be funny. So I will do a little short live stream just for that and show you what we got here. I have the tape measure ready. So um, I'm only going to do one a day. There's no point because everything's basically locked in now, and you know that repetitive information. Just make sure you're following your local TV meteorologist and the National Weather Service on Facebook. They're constantly updating. Some of them have different interpretations of what's coming. I give it to you straight. So um, tomorrow Monday, noon again. And then Tuesday morning, when I get up, I will be live on a computer with radar. And it probably is not going to let me go live. Uh, well, yeah, it'll be in the afternoon when I let her out again before the snow gets here. It just depends on how things are going, but it's not going to let me go live on my phone and on my PC at the same time. So we'll see how that plays out. I may just do a Fort Walton Beach, Florida. I have no idea, man. I don't cover that area. This South Louisiana, yo. So I'll probably just regular video Emma's reaction to the snow and then upload it. Um, all right, so we got a troll. Bye bye. And you're also going into timeout. Bye bye. It's so very easy here on YouTube to deal with them. Lori, not that I can think of. A new body. You can take my consciousness and put it in a healthy body. Yeah. Outside of that, nah, I'm good to go. Mr. Bell, no problem, bud. It's so easy though. You know, I can't when I'm doing a presentation. It's I don't see what's being said because I'm full screen with the software, and Facebook is just ill-equipped to deal with live streams. And you know, it's basically the wild, wild west. Anything goes, and Zuck don't give a dang. So with that, I'm gonna finish trying to get things squared away here, and um, noon again tomorrow, same time, same bat channel. Where you at? You ready to go out? What's up? Get all bundled up, ain't you? I forgot to hit the end stream.